Cheers, I do, buckaroos. I am, Donna Beer Whisperer. So I picked this up a couple weeks back. I did a couple of videos for it right away, but I really didn't do it justice as I didn't go to their website. So anyway, I do want to read this. For beer drinkers, support the cause. With the current tensions that are rising, we thought that it was of grave importance to start the Black is Beautiful initiative. We took a stout recipe and decided to call on our peers in the brewing industry to collaborate in unison for equality and inclusion amongst people of color. All proceeds from the purchase of these releases will be donated to local funds that support police brutality reform and legal defenses. Please look for updates from local breweries when this beer will release. If your favorite brewery hasn't yet signed on, shout us out and tag them with Black is Beautiful beer. We appreciate you for supporting our cause and can't wait for everyone to get a taste of all the variations of Black is Beautiful. This particular one done by Crane Brewing out of Raytown, Missouri. But I did want to read that much. So Black is Beautiful. It is an Imperial Stout, an 8% Imperial Stout. And I got to tell you, this is beer 4 of the 6-pack. And it is absolutely incredible. Yeah. And I finally have weather. It's not exactly cool here in the Ozarks, but it has cooled down. We're probably low 70s right now, which is big. Might be high 60s actually. But I am inside because the mosquitoes were awful, so I am inside doing this video. So rather than get into politics, I'm going to just talk about the beer for a second. I do feel a need to say this, though. I do find it bizarre that social issues have become political ones. I mean, this shouldn't be considered a political issue. Talking about Black is Beautiful, talking about equality, talking about, talking about standing up for equal rights should not be considered a political issue. But for some, it is, and that is just damn sad. The nose is beautiful. I do have this a little too cold, so I'm going to let it warm up some. So I'll try to get into some notes later. But I get these big toasted malt notes on the nose, some dark chocolate. Almost like chocolate malt notes. Oh gosh, and that mouthfeel. That's what I love about this beer. The texture is absolutely perfect. It is just gorgeous. It is just right. It's not too heavy. It's not too light. It's just right, man. They got the Goldilocks thing going on here. It is just right. Oh my Lord, it is absolutely beautiful. So I do get some chocolate notes, but what I get a lot of herbal notes. I'm kind of surprised of. I feel like I'm getting hints of anise, sassafras in there. Again, big malt notes. These big toasted, that's what I was trying to say. Big roasted barley-like notes is what I was trying to get to. I wasn't quite getting it out. Roasted barley notes. Yes, that's it, Tom. That's what you've been trying to say. Anyways, I digress. It's an incredible beer for an even more incredible cause. How about we all just start doing the right damn thing? Start treating everybody with respect. Operator. There wouldn't be a need for protest of any kind if people would just do the right thing to start with. But we're back there. We shouldn't be. We should have been past this already. But at this point, I don't know how. You have to be living under a rock. You have to have your head in the sand not to acknowledge systemic racism at this point. It clearly exists, and if you're denying it, you are part of the problem. Anyway, I digress. See, here's what's going to irritate me: is there are those that are going to take that little portion of this video look at that section and say, Tom, you're talking politics. That is not political. Nothing I said right there is political. Nothing I said right there should be taken as political. It is a social issue, and it is something we should all care about. The fact that it's drawn on political lines shows exactly what's wrong with this country, and once again proves the systemic racism. Anyway, I digress. But I couldn't do a beer. I couldn't do a video of this beer without talking about the serious issue that we are. I mean, that is encompassing our country right now. And we're going through a global pandemic, and we are still fighting racism that we shouldn't be. People should be over it by now. But neo Nazis are being called very fine people, while people kneeling in peaceful protest are called other things, and that is just damn wrong. But I tell you what, it's not wrong. This beer is beautiful, and if you're refusing to drink this beer because it's called Black is Beautiful or because it's for a good cause, again, you are what's wrong with this country. You are the problem. You're not part of the problem. You are specifically the problem. I mean, how racist do you have to be not to buy a beer? What kind of racist piece of crap do you have to be not to want to purchase a beer because of the name? Anyways, I digress. It's a beautiful beer. I love Crane Brewing. They're doing some great stuff out of Raytown, Missouri. Out of all the breweries, though, in Kansas City and the breweries here in Springfield, I'm kind of surprised it was Crane because even though they do a lot of other beers, they're really known for their sours. So I was kind of surprised that they tackled an Imperial Stout. But I don't think anybody could have done it better. This beer is absolutely beautiful. So there you go. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, beer evangelist, prolific beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and all around good guy. Cheers.